Hello, my beautiful narc-free family. Today I'm going to discuss with you 5 dating tips. I've done another video like this. I believe I gave 3 dating tips, and I will leave that one up here in the top. You'll see a little eye. You can go back and click on that one if you'd like to see it. So the very first thing that I think that we need to focus on is be quiet. When you meet someone after narcissistic abuse and you are trying to date again, which, by the way, is going to take some amount of time because you're going to need a lot of time to heal, be sure to be quiet. Stop oversharing. The narcissist does not need to know because at this point, you don't know if this person is a narcissist or not. They come in different packages. They don't all come the same way. So downplay your job. You don't need to tell them if you're in some executive position at your job. They don't need to know all that. You are meeting someone and they need to know that you have a job. That's it. They don't need to know where you work. They don't need to know where you live. You don't need to be discussing money with them. You don't need to be discussing your credit with them. Let me see. Oh, do not tell them about your past relationships. For narcissists who are trying to see if they would be able to abuse you by you telling them that you were in an abusive relationship, you have just told them that you've been abused before, so you're a good candidate to be abused again. They can kind of gauge how far along you are in your healing, if you started healing at all, okay, by the things that you're saying. So be very careful to be quiet. Talk about things that are not weighty. And even if they're sharing things with you, be real careful in the beginning about, reciprocating back to them, because you don't know if the information they're sharing with you is true or not. They could be telling you that they have some high level position when really they clean the building at a very prestigious place. But you don't know all this because you've never been to their place before and because you are just starting to get to know them. So just be very careful. Take everything real slow, okay? Number 2 is trust your intuition. If you think back on it, when you were in a relationship with a narcissist, they told you who they were. They told you things. It went something like this. It went, oh, my ex says that I'm stalking her. Really, I was just taking something up to her job to give to her. But then you're with that person and you start noticing that they start telling you, oh, I went to take something to my kids and I dropped it off at the door, packaged nice and neat. She won't even know that it didn't get mailed there, that I put it there. Sis, he's stalking her, okay? He is stalking his ex-wife. He admitted to you what he was doing in a roundabout way and acted like he wasn't doing it. And now he's doing it to your face. And it may take you a minute to pick up on this, but think about your relationship with the narcissist. Think about some of the things they said to you that you later on realized they were actually doing, or maybe it was someone at their job that they told you about that they swear that they had nothing going on with, okay? And then later on, you run upon some message, or that person comes up in their phone, or that person knocks on the door to their place and says, oh, I need your help with this, that, or the other. And you start connecting the dots. All along, your intuition was telling you that I think he likes this person. But you want to be so trusting that you didn't trust yourself. Trust you. Trust you, okay? The third thing is when you're seeing someone, okay, and you're trusting your intuition, and something doesn't go right, and something feels off, and you're not sure because you're trying not to be hypervigilant. So these two kind of go hand in hand. You're trying not to be hyper vigilant. You're trying not to think that everybody is a liar, everybody is a cheat or a con artist, or that everybody is a narcissist. This is something that I have found that works for me. There's an option on your phone for when someone texts you to put them on do not disturb. So on the iPhone, the call will still come through, but if they call you, but if they text you, you won't get the little notification. You won't get the little bing. The text will be there, and there'll be this little circle by the text, and there'll be a moon, a little half moon. Okay, so you will get the text, but you'll just get it whenever you open your phone up and look at it. Okay, now I do this anytime anyone is suspect as a reminder to me, because we get busy with our day and we forget that, oh yeah, this happened, that happened. And because of trauma from dealing with a narcissist, that messes with your memory. It messes with some things, and you may be so excited or so happy that you forget and someone is trying to love bomb you. Okay, but at the very first sign of anything off, put them on do not disturb. That way it's a mental note for you, a reminder for you that every time that person reaches out to you via text, oh, there's that red flag, there's that reminder. Has anything else happened? I mean, if you need to, write a list down. And I know that sounds bad because that's not the way you've done things in the past, but you are trying to protect your peace. And while you may not need to say anything to them about what your concerns are because you don't want to let them know what you're thinking about them, you don't want to let on that you are getting some red flags. You want to remind you about the red flags, okay? So it's a way to have some safekeeping for yourself. There's nothing wrong with protecting your peace, protecting your sanity from these type of individuals, okay? Number 4, I never thought I would ever say this because this goes against who I am as a person. But at the time that we're living in, this just has to be said. Listen to what people tell you about this person. I grew up, in the South, and, we grew up not to judge people and all of this sort of thing. Okay. But now with these kinds of things going on with narcissistic abuse, sometimes people are saying something, a little something here and a little something there, and they're trying to tell you. And if you're like me, you're like, no, I don't want to know anything. I just want to, find out for myself. No, take those nuggets of wisdom and store them up just like you do putting someone on do not disturb as a red flag. You're not judging them. You're protecting you. You are putting in gear some parameters because that behavior may come up with you. I know that sounds very negative, but from personal experience, I have found that, I don't ask about people, but if someone comes to me and says something to me, I'm going to check that as a red flag, something that I need to make a mental note of in case some of those behaviors start coming over in my direction. I was warned. Someone tried to give me some amount of wisdom and some amount of discernment to know ahead of time that this person has issues, because we want to always think, oh, someone's just, they're hating or they're this or they're that. No, it's not always that way. Sometimes people are trying to help you from some heartache and they're telling you something and you don't have to say anything back, and you don't have to entertain the conversation and go back and forth with them. Oh, no, I don't believe this or whatever. You can just listen to what they say and say, okay, well, thank you for telling me. You don't have to get back, well, I saw this and I noticed this. You don't have to get into messy behavior, but it's okay to hear a person out. You may need this later on, okay? Number 5, find an accountability partner. Find someone that loves you, that wants to see you at your best. somebody who does not judge you, but who you can go to freely and talk to. And when you are dating someone or in the process of seeing if you want to date this person, you can bounce things back and forth off of someone and they can tell you, that don't sound right. That don't sound right at all. They did what? Where did they do that at? You know, someone can check you with what you're saying that to you might sound like, oh, well, maybe. No, they can tell you, baby, sis, it's not no maybe. It's not no maybe. They're going to be like, this is the third time you told me that this person has done something that is not right, okay? Or the fourth time or the fifth time. So you have an accountability partner who is safeguarding you from, loneliness or from wanting to be with somebody who maybe is not good for you, who it would be better for you to spend your time by yourself, loving on yourself, where at least you're protected from foul people who want to come into your life and take from you, okay? So those are my five, five more, because like I said, I already have one video that I did, and I encourage you to look for it. I'll also leave it at the end of this video. If this has been helpful to you, please give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you, and leave me a comment down below. If you've got something that you want to add to this list, leave it down below. You would be helping someone else. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to meeting up with you again. Bye-bye, my beautiful, beautiful narc-free family. Mwah.